Non-negotiables are vitally important to enable you to reach your goals. Well, firstly, what is a non-negotiable? Like the name suggests, it's something you simply won't negotiate with. Every single day you would carry it out without fail. Something we talk about as well is setting up your non-negotiables aligned with a longer term goal. So you've got to link your non-negotiables towards where you're going. So set the outcome goal, reverse engineer, and now let's put daily actions in place to reach that longer term goal. So let's say that the longer term goal is to reduce body fat by 6%. You might get a DEXA scan done so you actually have that data. It could be a scale weight goal as well, but generally speaking, we focus on body fat over scale weight because when you're in the gym, you're going to put on some muscle, so the scale weight can be a falsified reading. So let's stick with reducing body fat by 6%. Well, then your non-negotiables should be aligned towards that longer term goal. So the first one might be, I'm going to train 4 times per week and I'm going to move every single day. So this is where it's a non-negotiable, a daily non-negotiable. So moving every single day. You might link steps in on non-training days to say I'm going to hit 10,000 steps, quite an arbitrary number, but we know based on the NEAT principle, the more you move, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, the more likely you are to set yourself up for a fat loss based goal. So you might say I'm going to train 4 days a week, but on non-training days, I'm going to hit 10,000 steps. All right, that's non-negotiable number one that is very much linked towards that specific goal of reducing body fat by up to 6%. The second one can be centered around protein intake. And you might be thinking, well, why is that important? And I will get more specific with that. So it might be I'm going to have 2 grams per kilo of body weight of protein every single day. So let's just say you're an 80 kilo male, that would equate to 160 grams of protein each and every day. So protein, why is that linked towards a fat loss goal? Well, we know increasing protein will aid muscle protein synthesis, the recovery and regeneration of tissue. So when you're in a gym, it will help you recover. But even more importantly towards this goal, it's going to improve satiety, the feeling of fullness for longer. So as the goal is fat loss based, we're going to have to be in a slight caloric deficit. So having 2 grams per kilo of body weight of protein intake per day, you can now see that's actually quite a specific daily non-negotiable that's aligned towards the longer term goal. And the final one, it might be centered around sleep. So you can set yourself a target, whether that's 7 hours, 8 hours, dependent. If you've got children, 8 hours will likely be a stretch. But sleep's important because we know it's the vital #1 recovery tool to enable us to get great results. So if you're not sleeping, hormonal response is going to be impacted. So ensuring you're getting 7 hours of sleep a night would be important towards your fat loss goal. So as I've listed on the board here, please be more specific. As I said, 4 times a week training, great, but hitting 10,000 steps a day on non-training days, that's more aligned towards the goal. Equally, protein, 2 grams per kilo of body weight per day, very specific goal. Sleep, okay, great, but let's look at the specifics. I need to be having 7 hours sleep a night, otherwise I know if I'm getting 5.5 hours, my data is terrible, I feel rubbish, and I then start picking for foods that are maybe misaligned towards my fat loss goal. So daily non-negotiables, you can choose 3. I wouldn't choose more than 5. We tend to recommend 3 to 5. If you're looking at 8 to 10, it's probably a little bit too much. And then are they really going to carry the weight that they need if you start missing 1 or 2? So 3 to start with, maybe progressing to 5 daily non-negotiables aligned with a longer term goal is a surefire way to achieve results.